tickled I am with what came through in Harvesting the Gold around intuition. It felt like a new conversation. It felt like a new way of engaging. So if you've been doing it for a long time, great. See what here might help you evolve. Or don't at all. It's cool. But I really want to speak to others of us who might not know how to engage fully in that relationship with intuition. Because this is what she's been teaching me over the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Whatever your now is, whatever my now is. It's 2 weeks in this now. So in this way, we want to play with these ideas. That relationship with your intuition. Hear, listen, and trust. Because they're all different phases. And if you don't know how to hear her, how the fuck can you expect to trust her? You can't. So any relationship takes time. You know what happens when you trust somebody too fast that you shouldn't have trusted? So we're not asking for that today. I'm not asking you to just get out of your head and listen. You don't know how. It's cool. It's okay. Because in hearing your intuition, it's a whole new fucking language. How do you hear your intuition? We've got all kinds of different psychic senses. So if you expect to see things and don't see things, you think that you're doing it wrong. I don't see shit. If you think you're supposed to hear things and it's going to be a voice, I don't hear voices. That's not how mine works. Mine is one of feeling. Mine is one of knowing. Mine is one of words pop out and how the fuck? I hear my intuition. You heard that grumbling in my belly? I don't know if you did. That would be one way that my intuition speaks to me, through a body. If there's pain there, she's asking for me to listen by paying attention. I won't get ahead of myself. To hear her. You might hear your intuition in signs and symbols. I like to look at triple digits on license plates. I have games that I play with it. The other night I went out looking for the moon, which I can't find right now. Maybe we'll have another conversation on that. And I saw a shooting star and I was like, oh, that's just for me. I know that's just for me. Thank you. That's a sign. That's my intuition speaking to me from the outside, because this brain doesn't always get it, right? The language of your intuition, in order to hear, you have to find what that language is for yourself. Because it may be probably as different than anyone else's. And that's what makes you awesome. Makes you fucking awesome. When you can hear, then it's like a whole nother world opens up. You're like, oh my God, let it be easy. Tell me. Okay, so that's phase one. Phase two of building this relationship with intuition is you gotta listen. You know how to hear now. In listening, you're gonna pay attention. Because attention is your most sacred currency. Attention. What do you pay attention to in this world? What do you give your life force? What do you give your energy to? When you hear your intuition, I need you to listen by paying attention, to engage in a discourse, to want to have a conversation, to be willing to receive from her. Pay attention to her when she speaks. And sometimes it's really easy to do that if we're meditating or if we're in some spiritual ceremonial act. Other times it's sit your fucking ass down. I'll give you a fun example of this, which is after I got divorced and was going through a lot of healing. Years. That's what this lady took, because it was pretty bad in there. I remember I was playing a video on my phone, a video game on my phone. Stoner likes to distract herself, right? And I remember this 14-year-old version of me coming down the hall who was really hurt. I kept playing my video game, and I heard her in my head, again, hear, don't hear, idea in my head. Everybody ignores me, even you. Oh, fuck. I have been ignoring these places in myself that hurt because I don't want to look, or because I would rather be stoned and play something that distracts me and makes me feel better for a minute. I dropped everything. I spent the next 2 days listening to Depeche Mode and The Cure and hanging out with my 14-year-old self and making a list of all of the boys that she had crushes on who never wanted her back. It was a mighty list because that had been my experience most of my life. I just want to love you. I just want to love you. I just want. And I was invisible. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a hard energy. What's your level of listening to her? Does she get the best of you and the attention of you when she needs it? Intuition. As we begin to hear, as we learn to listen, as we have a practice of listening, maybe that's better. Well, then you get to trust. You've got to trust her. You've got to take action. So that step of trust is taking an action based upon what she told you. Super scary at first, so don't start with the biggies. Start with the little ones, like all the time in the fucking grocery store, right? They're like, you need to get this. And I'm like, what the fuck am I picking that? Oh, later on. My daughter and I are also very in sync with like food all the time, all the time. She's like, Mom, I was thinking of, I know, honey. I've asked her at times and I'm like, is it irritating having psychic mom or is it kind of more? And she's like, I don't know another way. She wants something, I know it, and then I'm like, we're doing this. And she's like, I was thinking about it all day long. Yes. We let intuition, as we begin to trust her more, take the lead. Remember that it's so much easier. You don't have to take the lead. How could you? Because you're kind of going through here. We're going through a mental. We're trying to figure out the world. The world's unsafe. World's scary. Oh my God. Got to sort and discern so much information. It's a lot. So I would rather let my intuition be the one who guides those actions. While scary at first, become the easiest fucking thing to do, because why would you try to just figure it out on your own? It's like just having one limb. Intuition, as you build this relationship, it is the most fulfilling. It is the most cool. It's a great party trick, right? I don't mean really. My desire is not always to be right. The shit that comes out, always right. I don't want it to be. Sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, oh God, I hope I'm wrong. I'm not. But it's not me. It's not my ego. It's this other piece of information that as it drops in and as I speak it, because that's a relationship I have with it, it unlocks something for somebody else. It frees them. Because isn't that what we're here to do? We don't need to heal the world, but we're here to change the world. And isn't the easiest way to do that to fucking speak truth so that we aren't all like in versions of each other and lying about shit? Okay, different story, different day. But as you begin to cultivate this relationship with your intuition, oh, she is fucking golden. She is luminous. She's probably always right. And I can't wait for you to trust her more.